We're trying to use what we feel we're good about.
Yeah.
Efficient, fast, international, not too creative.
Sure, as an American you have zero interest about what's going on in Europe. And I know many of you are Americans.
How many sides does a triangle have? Damn, 4.
But today we want to take a look at some giga chads in Europe. The Germans.
The Germans.
Which is funny because I'm German myself. Haha, German jokes are so good, yeah.
Yeah.
More specifically, we will dissect some of Germany's most significant founders. No, we are not talking about the inventors of beer or Carl Benz, Audi, BMW. German engineering, beautiful man. Instead, we want to talk about the Samwer brothers. Unknown to most, the Samwer brothers managed to build a business empire that spans continents, is worth more than $1 billion and includes one of the largest VC funds in Europe called GFC. And the most prominent Samwer brother has been compared with Hitler due to a very special email he wrote. So it's probably important for you to be aware of him. But let me get to that later. As any nascent silverback should, the brothers began their ambitious ventures very early in their academic careers. After graduating from high school, Mark Samwer studied law in Cologne. Alexander studied economics and political science at Oxford and later did his MBA at Harvard. The most famous of the three brothers, Oliver, after his Abitur, studied business administration at WHU. The Stanford of Germany, you could say. He finished with a 0.8, which is fucking good, suggesting he's not dumb as fuck. Dumb fuck! Safe to say, he already achieved more during his studies than most of the people watching this video will in their entire lifetime. And many people ask, where does this drive even come from? Oliver Samwer has an explanation. It's when you come from a small, shitty village.
So small villages have a strong to do with your success. It's not a joke because it forces you to work harder. You have a dream, the big city. You remember the little Darwin, the small city, yeah? And then you want to go to Shanghai or in Germany to Cologne.
But from here, the Samwer's journey to a bigger city is just getting started. Oliver graduated in 1998. With his background, he could have easily joined leading investment banks or consulting firms. But that would have been extremely stupid.
To be honest, I think if you are 25 and you decide to go for the banking industry, for the insurance industry, for the retail industry, I don't get it. If you're 25, you should go into the internet industry.
So, after his studies in 1999, Oliver founded the internet auction house Alando, together with his brothers and fellow students. It's like a German eBay or Craigslist. I mean, you could say it was a pretty simple one-on-one copy of eBay, to be honest. They quickly raised about 10 million marks from investors and, as real high performers, managed to sell the eBay clone to eBay for $50 million after only 100 days after founding it in March. Damn! 100 days? That's hyper fast. Hyper fast, like the average Andrew Tate fan when they finally lose their virginity. Just kidding, okay? Today, Oliver sees the sale as his biggest mistake.
Now, looking back, what was the one thing you did you really regret?
Selling too early. Our single largest mistake was we sold too early. Our very first business, an eBay kind of business, is today still eBay's biggest market in Germany.
So if you think you can't get rich quick, well, just copy a successful business and sell it to the same people you copied. But is this still possible today? And what did the Samwer brothers do with their money? 50 million is massive, but it does not put them into silverback entrepreneur territory yet. After the takeover, the brothers became CEOs of eBay Europe. But, and we talked about this already in my based biography of Jason Calacanis, after only 1 year they were sick and tired of the job. Shut the fuck up! So they founded their next startup, Yamba. If you are from Europe, some of these might seem familiar. Yamba was on every TV commercial 24/7. Extremely annoying. But also extremely successful. In the following years, the company quickly developed into the largest provider of ringtones in Europe. And after only 4 years, in 2004, Yamba was acquired by the American company VeriSign for $273 million. Where there's light, there's darkness. For example, Oliver started to show first signs of being a proper Bateman psychopath. He's rumored to have insulted and dismissed employees several times in outbursts of rage, only to rehire them later when he had calmed down again. Absolutely saluted.
Thank you very much for the invitation. I think there are very, very few events that I'm invited to, so.
And he also got criticized for sending an email where he described the strategy of one of his businesses to acquire market share fast as blitzkrieg. But he says that he has matured since then.
I'm just thinking of a famous memo you sent once which had quite militaristic language.
Didn't you say this is going to be a nice interview, Mike? So if you ask about that, I think, as I said, I worked in this industry in 1998. I think I wrote this email in 2010, 11. So since then, I've grown up.
Do you feel that you've matured as a business, as a manager, as a
I think
as
we
an
should
executive?
mature too much, but I matured.
By the way, if you want to ape money into startups at some point too, I recommend to you my Side Venture Toolkit. It gives you not only literally hundreds of inspirations on what side ventures you can build, but it also gives you detailed instructions how to build the side venture of your choice without needing to code, how to grow it through clever growth hacks, and how to run it on the side next to your classes or job. I guarantee that if you put the work into it, this side venture toolkit will help you build a side venture that generates at least $1,000 per month. But, and this is the beautiful thing about side ventures, it has the potential to scale up much more than just $1,000. If you put forth the work, your side venture can turn into your main venture eventually. On top of everything, you get access to a community of side venture builders. Brainstorm ideas, ask experts for advice, or find co-founders. Our ultimate goal with this is to build a side venture incubator where everybody can get equity in high growth projects. So by buying the toolbox, you go on a long journey together with us. It is released now and early buyers get a discount. If you cannot afford the price, there is also a scholarship offer for people without money. Click the link in the description below to check it out.
Rocket Internet is one of the most successful, if not perhaps to some extent the most successful internet company out of Europe.
In 2007, the brothers founded the incubator Rocket Internet, which specializes in founding internet companies. There's as many definitions of what an incubator is as there's venture capitalists claiming they provide real value to portfolio companies. But in the definition of the Samwer brothers, an incubator is a company that starts companies. Like a factory that doesn't produce products, but companies. And that's exactly what the brothers did. Through Rocket Internet and their VC, we'll get to the VC later, they invested in or founded startups like Zalando, Delivery Hero, HelloFresh, Westwing, and Home24. Of these alone, 3 are DAX companies today: Delivery Hero, HelloFresh, and Zalando. And DAX is not the cartoon that, amongst others, portrays an avaricious billionaire with Bateman mindset. but it is the equivalent of the S&P 500 in Germany. So if you want to hate in the comments, that's okay, but you're only eligible if you were involved in founding or scaling more than 3 listed companies before the age of 50. On top, the brothers are said to have invested in Facebook back in 2008, but unfortunately sold their shares back in 2011. They left some money on the table there, but needless to say, they made some good money nonetheless, around 300% to be more precise. But they didn't stop here. Next up, they sold their Groupon clone My City deal to Groupon in 2010 for $170 million. If you are not mentally disabled or a communist or both, you might be able to spot a pattern here. The business models are mostly copied and then sold to the company that was originally copied. This is also the biggest criticism the Samwer brothers receive and why they don't really have the best reputation in Silicon Valley. Well, and their special methods might be another point.
So I remember the times when some kind of police was visiting our offices, and we just all worked from home that day.
Morally, everyone can make up their own mind, even more so as most of us Bateman enthusiasts don't have a moral compass anyways. But that doesn't mean they are bad entrepreneurs. If it were that easy, everyone could copy startup X and start a clone in another country, scale it up, sell it, and become a millionaire within a couple of months. Sounds great in theory, but as always, the difficult thing is the execution. And Rocket Internet executes ruthlessly and efficiently. With little creativity but massive efficiency, they have not only successfully founded dozens of startups themselves, they also produced a number of highly successful ex-employees who have founded their own companies and or have been financed by the Samwers. The German PayPal mafia, so to say. According to an Atomico analysis, almost 400 founders have emerged directly from the Rocket Internet ecosystem. Here are some of them. If you're not a European and recognize some of them, you get bonus points on the silverback scale. Kagan Sümer, founder and CEO of Gorillas. Valentin Stalf, co-founder and CEO of N26. Tusha Aluvalia, founder and CEO of Razer Group. Mohammad Amaizat, former CFO of WeWork. And many more that none of us non-Germans don't know anyways, so what's the point? Anyways. If you want to become a successful founder in Germany at some point, work for Rocket Internet sometime. Guess who did that? Now imagine you are one of the Samwer brothers. You build that machine that produces startups and you keep selling them to other companies. Do you just keep doing that? No, in fact, Rocket Internet encountered a massive challenge after some years. The market started getting saturated. More and more clever entrepreneurs started copying startups and selling them. And the big players started scaling up much faster and aggressively. So there was less opportunity to sell to them. You would simply get crushed. So what do? Exactly, you stop taking responsibility and switch to the so-called buy side. You become an investor. Samwer's first VC was the European Founder Fund. But the much better known one, and the one we are looking at here, is Global Founders Capital, which was founded in 2013. After so many successful exits, the most scalable strategy was to stop building companies themselves and instead start deploying massive amounts of capital. Here are a few startups that GFC has invested in. As you can see, there are a few that you know, or should know. GFC is one of the largest German VCs with more than $1 billion AUM, assets under management, and has offices all around the world. With all this in mind, it should come as no surprise to anyone that the Samwer family has accumulated $1 or $2 over the past years. The brothers' assets are estimated at more than €1 billion in 2022. And these are conservative estimates, as some industry insiders told me that the past years have been the most profitable for the Samwers. That is especially remarkable because the past 2 years there were almost zero news about Rocket. Seems like they have been hustling in silence. Insiders also point to the fact that Oliver Samwer, the head of the family, has become much more quiet and balanced in recent years. Not sure if he took a couple of yoga retreats or what led to that shift in mindset, but he's not sending blitzkrieg emails anymore.
I already fired you!
He's not firing people and rehiring them a second later anymore. He's overall just a right honorable gentleman.
Right honourable gentleman, all up and then you put up taxes on inheritance and pensions and corporations.
Also, the brothers' portfolio has become more conservative. In addition to the successful investments in startups, the portfolio has been further diversified in recent years. Today, the family owns real estate worth about 150 million euros in Berlin alone. Brethren, you see, it is not that hard to get rich. Build a couple of website clones, sell them for a couple of millions, start an investment fund, and become a legend in the German ecosystem. By the way, I think there's a good opportunity to revive the Samwer business model, but in small. Buy websites worth up to 1 or 2 million US dollar and revive them with better SEO, better content, better social media, better business model, and so on, and sell them with higher multiple valuation. Just saying.